Thank you for choosing to watch this video. I really appreciate you being here. My goal for making this video is to show how I'm using my Republic Sage to help our clan work through a boss operation while utilizing Discord to help coordinate everyone. The end result hopefully being to get through it using teamwork, definitely not getting myself killed, earn credits, renown, and best of all, the loot. Those of you who haven't yet joined the clan, I would highly recommend ours. It's the Eternal Order. The leaders are very helpful in all of the game aspects, and members are fun to run with, whether doing heroics, flashpoints, or even if it's just regular planetary missions. I hope you enjoy.
But it won't matter too much. And yeah, so let's get moving. So main thing is, as we get moving along here, there's a building a bit ahead of us. We're not going to go in there at first. So if we try to run in there right now, we get electrified. Yep, so we're just going to hang a left here. If you paid attention to the talking heads, there was a pass card to get us in there, but the guy named Wen who had it wandered off into the jungle. So we've got to see what happened to Wen.
I thought you said what, not when.
That guy called Wen. We've got to find out what happened to him.
That's right. You'll notice as we walk by, we'll talk more about this in a minute, but note these flowers, or whatever you want to call them. Those are going to be relevant to the boss fight here in just a few minutes.
We've lost one.
What is that striking flower?
Cynthium derpidic. It's actually a fungus, believe it or not. Take note of its location. It's one of the only countermeasures to toxins found in the local wildlife.
Just a couple more waves to go. We'll be to Red, who's the first boss. Who, as it turns out, knows a little bit about where's Wen. All right, so we just go around the corner here, and you'll see a giant lizard at the end, and you'll hear a little explanation as to why we need to deal with the lizard.
Is that? It is. Red's escaped her pen. Where's Wen?
The one with the venom? Where's the transponder?
Inside of Red, as some of us had already suspected. So we have a new problem. The anti-venom is locked inside the facility, and anyone without it, well, they'll end up like Radler.
What are our options then?
Well, there are depridic blooms nearby. It's not refined, but inhaling the spores will still block the venom temporarily, though you'd be lucky if that protection lasted a minute.
Better than nothing.
Seriously,
Prepare to
derpidic?
engage. Remember, move her plant to plant.
How did you die?
May not have taken, may have gone a slightly different path, and maybe there's another ad wave back there. Yeah, like whoever just said that a second ago, I doubt it's a coincidence that the name of the flowers includes the word derp in it, but can't say for sure. Now, technically, all of this area we were moving through is a potential area to pull the boss through, but the way we traditionally do this in story mode and even veteran mode, we will be not needing very much of it. Okay, so now everyone's here, so let's go ahead and explain Red. Who's going to get this one?
I'll take this one. This is Red. It's the first encounter of the ops, as you have undoubtedly noticed at this point. We will get stacks of stuff. I don't remember the names. Sarah will remind us of all the names I forget in this. But you will get stacks of red venom. This will generally be a bad thing. So after about a minute, we will click the flower, the whatever flower. There will be a circle on the ground. You stand within the circle. You stay there. Eventually, your stacks will disappear. The tanks, while doing this, will keep the boss away from the circle because the boss tends to have two major attacks of note. One is a conal. You don't want to be in the conal. The other is this giant ground effect attack, an acid puddle or something to that effect. So you don't ever want to drop, the tank just wants to make sure that acid puddle's not dropped in the flower's radius, the flower's circle. Words are hard today. It also wants to make sure that no one is facing the thing when it decides to spit out acid. Once the flower wears off, the tank will take it back down this canyon that we're all standing here to the flower in the back. This one right here that I'm jumping up and down at. So there will be, so you'll be over there for, I just like nodding my head, which doesn't help you. You'll be over near that flower. When it's exhausted, Red will be dragged facing the canyon wall and then pulled over to that flower where we'll pull the second one. Same thing there, get in the area. Tanks will keep those things out of it. And ideally, we should be able to finish up beating the boss there. If not, we drag it down to another flower, but we will get ads at that point. That's about all there should be to it in story mode, I think.
I have a question. So, you mentioned when one of the bosses does his attacks, we should make sure we're not facing the boss. Just want to make sure, did you mean the boss isn't facing us, or do we need to turn around?
That would be hilarious. No, it's the tank's job to make sure the boss is not facing you.
Okay.
Occasionally, melee with sort of happy feet will duck in front from behind the boss to in front of it, and that can be very painful.
Okay, thank you.
The only boss I'm aware of in the game that actually reacts to you turning to your back being turned is Rowan, who can really hurt you on, I think, hard mode if you turn your back to him.
Yeah, he finds it disrespectful. Yeah, that's right. Only thing I would add is that in terms of when to click the flower, it kind of depends on how much damage everyone's taking and the balance of damage and healing, but usually in story mode we'll want to click it at about somewhere between 8 to 10 stacks. Pretty much once we get to about 7 or 8 stacks, as soon as everybody collectively takes a tick from the dot that starts taking us below 50%, that's kind of a good indicator that we've reached the point at which we start losing people if we don't click it and we just a ranged DPS healer, just click the flower. Megan, how close were you already on Duran?
On Duran, just where the operation entrance is and the markers, the map markers are messed up.
It's like when you enter from the hangar, you can hang it right, and it's on kind of the right side of the map. Okay, well, we're all here. Done a couple giveaways. Thanks for your patience. We'll ready check and go get Wen's ID badge. Okay, so I'm going, just so everyone knows, I'm going to pull the boss kind of around the tree. Everybody that's not arranged, if you're melee, stay behind him. If you're ranged or heals, set up over by the flower, or by the dirt flower. Okay, pulling the boss in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
How many stacks do you want the flower cooked up?
And as soon as we hit 8 stacks, go ahead and hit it. So go ahead and hit the flower.
Right, yeah. You want me to take them off here?
Okay, I'm going to pull in near everyone.
Boric acid! I'd advise not standing in it.
Just waiting for him to do that cone. Alright, I'm going to move him away. And I'm going to hold him here for just a little while. So if you're ranged or heals, try to get ahead of them a little bit as you can. Alright, moving him. Alright, so make sure you're near the flower if you can be while being in range. Let's hit the flower. Oh! Sorry, I lagged a bit. Can you grab him, Claire? Aaron, make sure to come into the flower. I'll go ahead and grab him. I'll pull him through the group, that way he's out of the way. Right. And raise up something else.
Those are animals. Ground team, be advised of incoming hostile wildlife.
And we should be getting ads here in this.
And make sure you're not standing in the pink puddle, so it'll reduce your outgoing DPS. Alright, let's start moving. If you can move ahead of us, we're probably going to need to use the other flower.
The ads are proximity-based clearance.
Let's go ahead and move to the flower and go ahead and hit it. Claren, pick up the ad and turn it away from the group.
Main one.
Go ahead and click the flower.
Okay, was that the wrong flower?
I can click both of them if you need to. Okay. Sorry guys, having some really weird lag issues with the graphics. Just focus down the boss.
Oh, Well, that's what your health bar's for, right?
Oh,
Should have been
halfway
watching
across
my...
the map.
Yeah, sorry, trying to hold both of these is a little awkward because I keep getting knocked back. God, he keeps... Like, I get him up against a wall, and then he like, turns in a really weird way.
One %.
I have the right tactical on. I had tank tactical on, sorry.
Reporting no changes. All signs suggest... Now then, all right.
Yeah, I forgot that in 16-man, the boss has a higher difficulty attack that's slipping through, which is making the spike damage a lot higher than it's supposed to be. But Dina, yeah, make sure you come. Yep, there you go. So we did find just make sure that hit the flower. So maybe you need to hit the flower just a tiny bit earlier. So hit it around 7 stacks, and just make sure that anytime we drop pink, anytime that pink hydrochloric pools on the ground, if you're standing in it, it debuffs your outgoing damage. So make sure to move out of it. And also try to make sure we're grouped up as much as we can be so that we have efficient AoE healing. And we should be fine. I believe it debuffs heals and DPS. It doesn't affect your mitigation in story mode, but it does in higher difficulties. Claire, you ready?
Right here, ready?
Alright, no problem. Alright, essentially same strat as before. Pull the boss in 3, 2, 1, go. Get ready. Then go ahead and hit the flower.
Okay, first one's got that one.
Right, nice interrupt.
Then anyone, thank you. Whoever has an interrupt free, be ready to grab the next one. There we go. Need one An acid jet, and one more. Cool. Let's just keep that rotation up.
Alright, let's go ahead and move. Right, run through the paint, run through the pink.
Hydrochloric acid! I'd advise not standing in it.
Gonna hold him a little outside of the flower. Try to move past him while he's... we can move behind him. Just move straight to the flower. Alright, I'm moving him again.
You ready to interrupt him? Will be another cool. Actually, I'll get.
You want to go ahead and take him, Claren? Just make sure to keep him faced away from the... Alright, let's hit the flower. Alright, and Claren, why don't you come in, and I'll pull the boss just past us. So that way you can cleanse your stacks. Again, just anytime we see any ability, go ahead and interrupt it.
Those are animals. Ground team, be advised of incoming hostile wildlife.
Alright, moving him forward a bit. Alright, Claren, you want to go ahead and take him? Out of the jet. Let's move to the flower.
Take some of this.
I'll grab him. Go ahead and hit the flower.
If you're not standing in the flower, make sure to move into it. If not, take him off.
Make sure to grab the charger and turn him away. Just burn red.
Sensors indicate the horde is beginning to dissipate. They were responding to red after all.
We can contemplate the implications later. Ground team,
I thought my game was gonna crash, it froze there.
I'm confused.
Yeah, so did
How
mine.
did the ID
So that boss is a little tricky in 16-man because of the extra damage. The next several ones should be actually quite a bit easier because it's well, I guess probably no one else will see it other than Claren, but if you look at your damage, Claren and Star Part, the boss has an attack called Eviscerate, which can hit you for like 140k if it's not mitigated.
Yeah, that's what killed me on the last one, actually. I don't even know how, because I didn't think he was targeting me.